Hey everybody, let's go take a walk. It's 7 in the morning and it's reasonably cool. We've got the sun breaking through the clouds. So let's go down on the beach and take a walk and just see what we see and talk about what we talk about. All right? Well, this is the reception area, and we've got the restaurant in here. Hello, good morning. And we've got a dining area out here. We've got our lounge chairs, and this is the beach. Now down in this direction is the Hadrin area, and you've got Hadrin Beach, which is the home of the full moon party. Unfortunately, the full moon party hasn't been taking place for about 1.5 years because of the worldwide situation. And out in front of us, we've got a sandy beach, and it's exposed because the tide is low. And then out beyond the beach, you can see coral mixed with water, and then a thin line, which is actually a coral reef, and really almost a barrier reef. And then beyond the barrier reef is the Gulf of Thailand. And then beyond that, the mountains in the distance, is the island of Koh Samui. And we're on the island of Koh Phangan. Okay, out on the beach, we have all these little piles of stringy looking sand. And what that is below the pile is a clam. And when this area of the beach is underwater, the clams are busy filtering the water and the sand and spitting it out and making these little stringy piles of sand. And this is what the clams would look like. This walk is one of the things that I do to get some exercise. A couple of times a week, maybe 3 times a week, take this walk, and it lasts about a half hour or so. So now we're getting to where the coral beds start. Out in the distance, you'll see what looks like a black line, and that's the coral reef. Now this view is looking down towards Hadrin, and on the other side of that gully and mountain is Hadrin Beach. Good idea. Okay, so this is Hadrin Beach. Some of the businesses, and home of the full moon party. Check this out. Somebody's got their motorcycle out on the reef. Now, I've never seen a motorcycle out here on the reef before. I've been told that it's illegal for motorcycles to use the shoreline sands. So I would think it would be even more illegal to have a motorcycle out here on part of the reef. Now, turning around and facing the shoreline and the island itself, you can see the lush tropical vegetation, and behind that, the mountains of Koh Phangan. We're getting to the end of this portion of the beach, and I'm about ready to turn around and walk the other way. So that green netting you see in the distance there, just above the shoreline, behind that is another resort that is completely shut down and closed. And then we've got some bungalows right there that are about 3/4 built, but not finished. And those remain empty. And we've got bungalows behind a volleyball net, which I think you might be able to see. And that resort is closed. And there's a patch of vegetation, and that's just an empty lot. And then beyond that, you can see a white building, and that is another resort called La Plage, and that is closed. And then on the other side of the La Plage is the Cheeva Beach Resort, and that's where I'm staying, and that's one of the few resorts that's open on this stretch of beach. And it is the only resort that has its umbrellas open and its lounge chairs out. So here comes one of the local doggies. He's out here to say good morning. So how's the morning going for you? Huh? A good day so far? Well, this is a friendly dog. I know this dog. He's hung out with me a little bit. He'll probably go on this walk with us. Huh? You see something? Oh, you're gonna lay down and just chill out on the beach? All right. Oh, you see another dog out in the distance. All right. We'll talk to you later. Oh, here's a lonely chunk of coral all by itself on this stretch of the beach. And how it got here, I'm not sure. Maybe somebody had the strength and energy to pick it up and move it over here. But it's quite a distance from the other coral. So you can see a couple of fishermen out on the reef and a speedboat going by. So here again is the Cheeva Beach Resort, and then next to it is the Siesta Resort. And that resort is open, but barely. It just has a couple people staying at the resort periodically. And then on down the line, we have another resort, and I don't know the name of this resort. And I believe it is open. And then further on down, we've got more resorts back into the vegetation. And then on down on the left-hand side of the screen, we've got a port area where the ferries come in from Koh Samui and Donsak. Well, the doggy decided to join us again, so he is officially part of the walk this morning. Do you see what looks like a line of rocks? I call it the alligator's back. It appears to be an underground cable of some kind, and possibly even an electrical cable. But I've seen people scramble over the top of it, and it looks like it's safe to walk around in this area. Oh, I hear a boat motor. There goes that speedboat that we saw going by us the other way. Looks like he's taken off. Possibly going to Koh Samui, but I'm thinking probably just another part of this island, Koh Phangan. So at this resort, on the right-hand side of it is another building, and that is actually a kite surfing school. And periodically, in the area that I'm standing in this area out here, I've seen the kite surfers when the wind is right and the tide is in. Okay, we're arriving at the top end of my walk. I've got a little ways further to go. Captain?
Captain ครับ สวัสดีครับ สวย
Oh, good morning to you, Captain. Oh, and here comes Mama. These are the owners of the Cheeva Beach Resort, and they've been wonderful hosts. It's early evening now. The tide has come in and completely submerged the sandy flats that I walked upon this morning. It's amazing how beautifully the landscape can change. The wind is still, the waters are calm, and looking to the west, the sky is golden as the sun peacefully sinks into the darkening sea. Till next time, farewell.